What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Game Week 2 deadline stream. How is everyone doing? We're doing a deadline stream today because we are not going to be available for tomorrow, and that is one of the reasons why the actual main reason for why we are doing the deadline stream today. Hope you are all doing well, and hope everyone is having a good day. Welcome. How are you doing? Welcome. Let me just make sure that everything on the stream seems to be fine. There we go. All right, that's that. Karan, welcome. Becky, welcome. Q, Quinton, welcome. Hillbilly, welcome. Abich, welcome. How are you all doing? Welcome, everyone. So basically, let's start, shall we? Rohan as well, welcome. So 49 points, below average. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Hashank, how are you doing? Only 3 returns from Salah, Reinders, and Kukurea. Everyone else blanked, which is a disappointing. My other return was on the bench in Roden. So it's kind of what it is. I, at the moment, have no plans on making transfers. And I have basically benched Doof against Chelsea, and I've started Esports Steve against Sunderland. But I'm not starting Dubravka though. I'm just going to start double Forest defense because I kind of trust Forest defense a bit more than I do Burnley defense at the moment, especially double Burnley defense versus double Forest defense. I'll probably pick double Forest defense. So that's kind of where I'm at. Captaincy is still kind of undecided. Palmer is one option, but to be honest, I'm flying tomorrow and I don't want to land on my holiday and look at Palmer as a blank when I get to the hotel. So I'm like, yeah, let's not captain Palmer, and then the entire weekend is kind of ruined because Palmer has not returned, right? So I think at the moment I'm on Salah. Or I kind of am slightly tempted by Bruno Fernandes as well, just because he could potentially get DEFCON. That's at least 4 points, so it's a 4-point flow. So I'm kind of tempted by Bruno Fernandes as well because of that reason, because of the flow is a bit more higher than Salah's flow potentially. But yeah, now the reason I'm rolling a transfer is also because I want to be having an option in game week 3 if I needed to make 2 transfers or even take a hit and make 3 transfers. I don't know, we'll see. Currently the people on the chopping block are Florian Wirtz. Chopping block, actually I never got Wirtz, to be honest. I was all season I was like, he's gonna take some time to adapt and everything. I probably should have never got him, but anyways, I've got him. So Wirtz is on the chopping block. Watkins, I should add, is also. I wouldn't put too much on the chopping block, but the reason he might be on the chopping block would have to be due to the fact that Haaland continues to do well. And if Palmer doesn't do well, then I might downgrade Palmer and upgrade Watkins to Haaland. That's potential move as well that I could try and do. But I haven't thought about it too much yet. I'm kind of, because there's not enough data, we haven't got enough data, not enough information. I'm going to kind of wait, see what we get from game week 2 in terms of like how the games go, and then kind of make a decision. I want to do Diouf to Dogu. Diouf to Patrick Dogu was my initial plan move for game week 3. But let's see if things change, and then I'm kind of like, okay, maybe we'll go somewhere else. Now, if you guys want me to bring our teams up as well, I've got the league open here. Just tell me where you are in the mini league, and I will bring them up. Let me read the comments as well. Starting with Q, can we think of a -4 like Afterpay if we are banking the transfer next week? I don't know. You could potentially. I mean, it's more weeks for the -4 to pay off. Yes, you could probably treat it like that, which is why they say taking hits near the end of the season doesn't really pay off because the time for it to pay off is not long enough. So yeah, you could probably have a look at. You can focus it at, like, you could think of it like that. I don't know. I guess. Nick, welcome. How are you doing? Had to move on Malin for the reindeer, for Reinders, the price rise, and then decided on words to Mbuemo. It was between Mbuemo or Saka. Q is gone for the United man. Fair enough. Roku, how are you doing? Hashank says, I got 43 points and pressed wildcard. Oh. Okay, so I did a free hit video. Anyone who's playing a free hit, go check the free hit video out. With wildcard, I'm kind of slightly against anyone pressing the wildcard because we just don't have enough information. But if you've done your wildcard and you made transfers and you press the button, you might as well share your team on here and we can bring it up and we can discuss. In even did my transfers, that differentials didn't work, bro. Kelleher, Gittins sucked. Sesko too. I warned you guys. Sesko was not going to start. I told everyone Sesko was not going to start, but he might start Game Week 2. That's a different story. But I told you guys Game Week 1 he's not going to start. Share the team on X. Yes, Rohan, I've got your team up, so we'll bring your team up first. Rohan's running in 2 teams. So this is Rohan's first team. And this was Rohan's second team. Maki, welcome. Do you think Haaland is a must on free hit, or can I go for a front 3 with Gyökeres, Watkins, and Evan Nilsson? Oh. The thing is, I think a lot of people who have Haaland and those who have the free hit as well, I think everyone on free hit most likely will be captaining Haaland as well. I think Haaland is the most popular captaincy option. Now, I haven't done a captaincy video yet, but in last week's captaincy video that I did, if I am not mistaken, I think it was Haaland who was the most predicted points in terms of captaincy. Let me bring that up and see. Aha, here we go. So this was the captaincy matrix I did last week. Now the numbers would have changed definitely, but as things stand, Haaland was the highest predicted points, and I expect Haaland to continue to be the highest predicted points for this week as well. So I think if you play in a free, you should probably get him in, especially if you don't have him in your normal team. Karan says our 11s are the same run except Fulkrug and Fernandes versus JP and Words. Oh, so you basically went for... Wait. I also have Florian Wirtz current. I also have Wirtz. So I have Bruno and Wirtz. So I think you're missing another player current. Oh, Mara, welcome. I got 55 points last week. That's not too bad. Captain Rudolph. I could probably captain Rudolph, to be honest. Not against that as well. The only thing is I would like someone with penalties, and Rudolph doesn't have penalties, sadly. I thought about rolling my free transfer. Oh no, my chat went. Where is it? Oh, I thought about rolling my free transfer for Game Week 3 or so. Yeah, I'm kind of in that position as well. I'm in JP/Rogers. Ah, yes. I was initially on Rogers before he got injured, and because he got injured is when I went to like Wirtz. Realistically, I should have probably gone to like a Kudus instead and have upgraded that Fulkrug position. But even if I upgraded the Fulkrug position, I would have gone for either Mateta or who else could I have gone? I would have never gone Chris Wood. Very unlikely that I would have ended up with Chris Wood. I might have ended up with Mateta. Which if I had gone Kudus obviously would have been an amazing start, but too late now. Benchen, do you fancy how bad things getting Game Week 2 before he will be a doof? Yes. That's kind of what I'm doing as well. Benching him before he catching... honestly, he played... I think he played well in the first half. He came so close to scoring. We were this close from a return. Obviously, Ballard, the guy who monster hauled 17 points, had to be the one who cleared Div's goal as well. But we were this close. I was this close to a 9-pointer. Fulkrug assist, Div goal. I was this close to 9 points. Off the line, he got cleared. Was so close to 9 points. These are the fine margins that people don't talk about. But yeah, we were this close to it actually working, to be honest. But yeah. Because there's thoughts on my team. Should I make any transfers? Rank 3. Roku is a rank 3. Ooh. Wait, isn't this Rohan's team? Or Roku, is this yours as well? Alright, let's bring Roku's team up. But first I'll have a look at Rohan's first. My 2 team, 1 on 6th and 2nd on 65th. Alright. So this is basically Rohan's team. So we'll talk about those first. But let me quickly read the chat as well. If Watkins plus Farmers fail, I'll be open to -4 next week. Watkins, Palmer, JP to Haaland, JSL, Kudus. Yeah, honestly, I might potentially think of something like that as well. Whether I go Strand Larsen or if I go someone else as well, I don't know. I haven't thought about it fully. Hillbilly says 10th in the league. All right, let me load yours as well. 10th in the league. There is no 10th in the league. Which one? Hillbilly? Kiwi Spurs, right? Konsa suspended, but he's out for one game week. Not a major concern. West Ham are my biggest concern. Yeah, West Ham is also kind of my biggest concern. JJ Mills, welcome. How's it going, man? Been a long time. Indeed. Welcome. Bro is scared out of me. I was like, deadline stream. Oh, no. So I am not available tomorrow for the deadline stream. Well, you guys might as well set your teams, right? Might as well. But I'm not available tomorrow for deadline stream, which is why we're doing it today. Posted my team stuck on Haaland, Watkins, and Mbeumo captaincy. Let's bring your team up as well. Where is my chat? Here we go. Got Quintons and we got FPL player. Alright. This is Q. And this is FPL player. Alright, let's start reviewing some of these teams. Oamara says 113. Right, let me load that as well. Ooh, we got some new players as well. Welcome. 113. Where is Oamara? Look at Karan is also there. Oamara, which one is it? Aha, here we go. Bend it like Beckham. And Hashang says, bro, big dilemma for me. Kelleher, Dubravka for this game week, or Wood and Maenda? I would probably start Dubravka. And I probably start... Ooh, Chris Wood or Maenda? Kind of had to start Chris Wood, right? Ooh, yeah, probably start Chris Wood. Is it to Arsenal? Here we go. Thoughts? Yes, indeed. In terms of an FPL option, I think it kind of reduces his appeal, but we don't know, right? He could potentially be a very cheap option, a very cheap route into Arsenal's attack. The only problem is minutes and rotation with Martinelli and all, which is why it kind of reduces his FPL appeal. If we know his minutes are kind of decent, then it's an interesting option. So wait and see before going and buying. Hashang says whom to start. I'll have a look. Rolling my free transfer for next game week, says Ezra. Welcome. 16 people watching, but only 5 likes. Smash that like button if you haven't done so. We're going to try and hit 3k subs is the next goal, hopefully. 0.5 in the bank. Was thinking Wan-Bissaka out for Aina Williams. Watching this at work. What more can I do, Ryan? You can hit the like button, MLZ, and you can tell people in work who are also playing FPL to subscribe to the channel. My Chalaba had 9, Defcon, Baleba had 11. Yeah, I had Bruno Fernandes 11 as well. It is what it is. Kukurela was on 3 bonus, then con reduced to 2. Yes, sad times. That took me a couple 100,000 down as well in terms of rank. Will it not count my game week 1 points if I join the league now? No. You can join the league now. I can bring your team up. It's completely fine. You can join the league now. I can bring your team up. My team at Proud 2 or 12. Okay, let's have a look. Where are you off to for your vacation, Ryan? South Asia and Southeast Asia. So basically going back, visiting family and whatnot, and then Southeast Asia. I'm trading Sydney's winter weather for a bit more warmer temperatures for the moment. Mine at 100, but more humid temperatures though. That's the problem. Mine at 113. Okay, all right, hold on. Let's load. I'll load some of these teams. Hillbilly as well. And there's too many people in 113. Where is Hillbilly? Hillbilly, can you tell me what? I have Becky's team is here. Guys, so many teams. Hillbilly, what's your team name? By the way, mine's a wildcard, says Hashang. Oh, Hashang, if you also wildcard, you need to kind of send me a screenshot. I can't see wildcard teams. You need to send me a screenshot. Nehal, welcome to 244. Ooh, okay, hold on. Let's load MFZ. Hillbilly, can you tell me the team name? And I can try and find it. MFZ is this. We have Aditya. Here we go. Tiger, welcome. Dubravka oversells. I'm starting esports Steve already, so I'm not going to start Steve and Cells. I'm not going to start Steve and Dubravka, so I'm starting Cells. If you don't have Steve, then I don't mind starting Dubravka. Tiger, welcome. How are you doing? Have a nice trip, Ryan. Take care, buddy. Thank you very much. I've sent you my team. All right, I'll have a look and see. Reinders Games. Control F. Baby Reinders. I can't even find it. You sure it's called Reinders Games? I show it's at 113. There's only one team with game. Hit the like. I did. Yeah, thank you. I just joined the league. I forgot that the first game week I sent it on X. I can look at like first like these people who have joined Hashank. I can easily load your team like this, and then bring it up. That's not a problem for me. Like I can easily load your game week one. I just can't see your wildcard. All right, I'm gonna look at some of these teams. Otherwise, I might forget. We'll start with Rohan. All right, Rohan. First up, this is Rohan's first team. Basically, no kicked out Bowen for Chris Wood. Rohan has gone and played Sanchez, Frimpong, Anthony, Gabriel, Wirtz, Saka, Palmer, Reinders, Ekitike, Pedro, and Chris Wood. Kicked out. So basically, he sold Bowen for Chris Wood. Fair enough. Anderson, Ola Aina, and Goodmanson on the bench alongside Dubravka. I might even potentially think about bench boosting this team. Not gonna lie. Part of me won't mind bench boosting it, but never mind. Actually, don't bother. Yeah, you could actually, but it's fine. Team is not too bad. I don't mind this team. My only issue will be Frimpong. I don't know Frimpong's potential chances for clean sheet. I think it's kind of low. Ed Nouri as well. It will be interesting to see whether he plays like a inside fullback or whether he plays like the bombing down fullback. All depends on whether Rico Lewis is starting or not. So we'll have to wait and see on Ed Nouri. Yeah, rest of the team is fine. I don't mind this too much, to be honest. Oh, you're in 11th. Not 113th. And then this is Rohan's second team. No transfers yet. One free transfer, thinking maybe to replace Kudus here. Nah, I wouldn't replace Kudus just yet. If for anything, I would probably roll the transfer on this team. Oh, actually, no. Like Wan Bissaka. I probably might start Steve over Wan Bissaka this game week, personally. Rohan, for this one. I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think about. Maybe starting Wan Bissaka, Steve over Wan Bissaka. You could probably roll the transfer on this one. I think roll the transfer might be a bit more sensible on this team. Took out Wirtz for Semenyo. Thoughts? Wirtz for Semenyo. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I would have kept Wirtz just one or two more games just to see before Liverpool have two really good fixtures in Game Week 4 and Game Week 5. If Wirtz looked like he wasn't doing much in the next two, then it makes sense to kind of remove him and replace him even with a Gakpo. But yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't mind if I'm not going to stop anyone from removing him. Do you think? I'm definitely going to butcher this name. Achempong will start for Chelsea. Well, they've kind of lost some of their other options, right, in terms of starters, unless Gerald Hato is fit to start. Who did they play? Let me see. Let me bring up Chelsea's last game. I've forgotten their backline. So Chelsea against Palace. Who do they have? They have Chalaba, Achempong, Reece James, and Kukurea. Who got injured and replaced? No one here. Yeah, I think so. It was Levi Colby. Achempong started instead, right? I think he should continue to start unless Gerald Hato starts, but I think he should be fine. For the moment, at least. Blinders Games 11th. Yep, I'll load that team up. Actually, I'll load it now, otherwise I might forget. Here we go, Will's team. Rohan says we'll roll over and get Eze for Kudus. Yeah, you could probably do something like that, but wait on Eze. Don't need to rush onto the Eze move. I'm thinking of getting Eze in, says Tiger. Ooh, Tiger is also thinking. Wait on Eze, people. Don't go and get him this week. You don't have to rush this week, but later. Abich, thank you for the super chat. Tosin is back. It'll be Tosin and Trevor Chalabas, says Abich. Alright, all you Achempong owners, Tosin, monitor what you call? Monitor what is said in the press conferences tomorrow. But if Tosin is back, then yeah, you guys are. And Jarrell Hato is also on the bench, right? So there are options. Send it on X, says Maki. All right, I'll load your team up as well. All right, first, so Rohan, I'm going to close your 2 teams. So those were done. This one is from Q, Quinton. Stuck on Watkins Harlan captain. Webrugan, Enturi, Corpora, Olaena, Drewsbury Hall, Reinders, Palmer, Gakpo, Embuemo, Haaland, Watkins. Honestly, I might just leave it on Haaland Q. I don't trust Watkins with. I usually don't trust Watkins with the captaincy just because he has no pens. That's the problem. Haaland, if he manages to sneak a pen, then you're looking good, right? Conference was today's Tosin starts for sure. But Chelsea are not playing the conference, right? Crystal Palace were playing Conference League, right? Crystal Palace have a conference game today, by the way, guys. So oh, the teams are. How are the teams out? Oh, these are predicted lineups, possible lineups. Sorry. Those are possible lineups. Monitor Crystal Palace in terms of Conference League game because something could happen there. Honestly, I'll just probably keep it on Haaland queue. Pedro Porro on the bench. Fair enough. Not gonna lie. I probably might put Pedro Porro. Would I put Pedro Porro first sub? Leave it as it is. Most of your players should start, to be honest. I guess the only question for you, Q, is have you thought about starting Dubravka over Verbruggen? Because it's Everton at home, right? First home game as well. That's the only thing that I'm thinking. By the way, Cucurella was really attacking. Yes, he was basically second striker. Guys, I told you this in preseason. I was like, I watched Chelsea's preseason games and I'm wondering why Cucurella is so attacking. But yeah, I don't know. Teen remembers, but long ago I said let's enjoy the mellow pace chat before it starts going crazy. People start sending super chats. Look where we are now. Indeed, right? Here we are. We've come a long way since then. But everyone here has been throughout, like since the small days, everyone's been here. So thank you very much. Eze is still in a Palace shirt. Yes, he is. So I meant press conference. Yes, press conference. Okay, yeah. Oh, press conference was today. Then I can bring the news up if I have. For that then. Hold on. I'm tempted to start him over Verbruggen. Both games I could see it being very tight. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. I'm just wondering, like, Everton home game will be very odd if Everton don't score in their brand new stadium if they can't get a goal. Would you start Anderson or Porro? Oh ho ho. I probably might start Anderson in that game. Chances of him hitting DEFCON in that game is a bit high, I would say. I probably might start Anderson. Tosin sat out the goalless draw with Palace with a very minor issue, and indeed he has been pictured back in training. Tosin has been pictured back in training, so yeah, he could actually play. So any Archempong owners, if you have him, I might still potentially. Would I risk starting him? I might still potentially risk starting him. And if he does, because I don't see him coming off the bench, right? Very unlikely that he'll come off the bench. So I might potentially even risk starting him. And if he doesn't, then you just have a good first sub. It's probably what I would say. So that's Q's team. And then from Q's team, Q absolutely probably stay on Haaland captain, to be honest. We have FPL player. FPL player is... Who is FPL player? I keep forgetting who FPL player is. Is that you, Abich? No. That's... Wait, Abich, is this your team, FPL player? No, whose team is FPL player on X? Or was it Hashang's team? I don't know. Wait, is this Hashang's team? Cunha captaincy. Dubravka, Dogu, Cucurella, Virgil, Van Dijk, Richard, Semenyo, Salah, Palmer, Cunha, Woods, Sesko. Oh, wait, is this a wildcard? This is not a wildcard team, right? Kelleher, Baleba, Van der Ven, and Mayenda. Aha, Hashang, this is your team. This is not a wildcard team. Is it Hashang? Let me load Tiger's team as well. Abdul, welcome. Also, Abdul, thank you for the sub on the podcast. I noticed it. Webrigan, Reinildo, Porro, Ola Ena, Palmer, Salah, Kudus, Gakpo, Rogers, Watkins, Chris Wood. 1 million in the bank. Any recommendations on changes? Ooh. Doesn't really need any changes, Abdul. I think monitor for 1 more week. People that you could potentially change coming soon will be either Morgan Rogers, Watkins, and Rogers, Watkins, and Palmer are the ones that could be changing. But at the moment, it probably doesn't need any changing. So wait for 1 more week. Mira, welcome. If anyone hasn't checked out Mira's pod yesterday with Andrew from the FPL Sidenet podcast, go check it out. It's a really good podcast. Very, very informative. Mira is on the semi-casual, I would say. Semi-casual FPL path this season. Hashang says it's a wild card. Okay. Andy, welcome. How are you doing? Abich, thank you for the super chat. Who would start, Solanke, Reinders, or Porro? 157th. I'll load your team up and keep. But in terms of who to start between Solanke, Reinders, and Porro, I will start Reinders. Reinders would be the one I would start. I think I saw Abich's team somewhere here. Is Abich? Abich, where exactly are you? What's your team name called? I'm good. Thanks for asking. And hi all. Yes. So that's Hashank's wildcard. Okay, Hashank, I'll have a look at your wildcard. Abich, what's your team name? So while I wait for that, Reinders will be the Nkunku for this season, bro. Pepperate will be crazy. I wouldn't call him Nkunku, to be honest. I wouldn't call him Nkunku. I think Nkunku was a way more risky option. I think, guys, I think he's gonna play. Have faith. I think he will play, to be honest. Honestly, I think he'll play. So now for a wild card, are you sure you don't want Haaland, Ashank? You have absolutely no City coverage in this team. I would try and get at least a Haaland if you're not going to get even Reinders. I would probably even go so far towards dropping. Would I drop Palmer? I would definitely try and get Haaland in this team if you can. For the moment, at least. Or a City player, because City's fixtures are still good. I would say City's fixtures are still good. The rest of the midfield, like Semenyo, Salah, Palmer, Cunha, I don't mind. Chris Wood, I don't mind. Sesko, I'm still not fully sold on Sesko as an FPL player. I kind of need to see him do well before seeing whether he's going to be worth the price. Dogu, fine. Kukurea, fine. Van Dijk, if Liverpool switch to a 3-man midfield, then most definitely, yes. Richards, yes. Baleba, I don't mind. I think you can have a look at Josh King as well at 4.5 million if you wanted some cash, extra cash. 4.5 million Josh King could become an option. Van der Ven, yes. Mayanda, I will be careful because even Isidore came off the bench and Isidore scored as well. So with Sunderland strikers, I will be a bit cautious because these guys might not necessarily be good enough, reliable. They might not be reliable in terms of minutes. So I'll be a bit careful with Mayanda. Kelleher, I don't know. I might go for Verbruggen over Kelleher slightly. I just don't trust Brentford, guys. In terms of Brentford defense, I just don't trust Brentford defense personally. But yeah. Baleba had 14.56 DEFCON per 90 in the first game. Yeah, fair enough. He is a monster for DEFCON. So, fair points. I'm going to skip Haaland Game Week 4 later regrets and wildcard Haaland blanks. I started with Haaland and Salah. I don't know why. I should have probably thought about starting with Haaland and Salah again this season. 3 United players and no City players. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I would probably drop Sesko. I'd probably try and get one City player in this, whether that's Reinders, Haaland, or even Ent Nouri. One of them, I think you probably need to have a look at getting into this team. The rest is fine. Van Dijk, I'm 50-50. I think Liverpool's fixtures are not necessarily the easiest for the next 2 at least. Game week 4 and game week 5, it's good for clean sheets. So if you think, be careful with the defcon that Van Dijk got in the first game. Oh, actually, he could get it in this as well. This will also be a very high transition game. This will also be an end-to-end game. So he might actually get some defcon here potentially. He could get some defcon. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Keep him in. Also say my wildcard team. Oh, Andy, I told you. When you play too many 4.0 millions, you're going to press that wildcard very soon. And you press the wildcard. Van Dijk is any Arsenal, Liverpool or Man City defender. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Sesko, I think I'll probably find another forward instead of Sesko at the moment. Alright. Let me quickly get Abid's team because he sent in the super chat. So Abid, Pickford, Murillo, Cucurella, Pedro Porro, Palmer, Semenyo, Gaps. Abid, when he submitted this team, he's like, this is the team that's going to win FPL, guys. And maybe I should have done more to convince you to start Reinders. And I didn't notice the Solanke at that. I should have probably told you to bench Solanke and start Reinders. But I couldn't tell you to bench Solanke because like Spurs were playing, what was it, Burnley. So I couldn't really tell you to bench Solanke at that moment. So that was a bit unfortunate. But Murillo, Cucurella, Pedro Porro, Palmer, Semenyo, Gakpo, Fernandes, Joe Pedro, Watkins, Solanke. In this case, I would say tell you to bench Solanke. Start Reinders, bench Solanke. Honestly, you know what? I would probably even start Patrick Dogu over Pedro Porro. Potentially. Abich. Those are the only probably 2 changes. Definitely roll the transfer. But I might consider starting Dogu. I might even consider starting Petrovic as well, potentially. In goal. Over Pickford. Those are a couple of things that I'm thinking about. What do you think from this team, Abich? Van Dijk is that Villa bias didn't work. Also, which Villa bias? Oh, Andy's Villa players are in his FPL draft team, not in this team, not in his FPL team. Okay, but look, I'll send my team in for this week's points. Just look where I got them. I'd have stuck if I didn't want Haaland so much with the wildcard. I have seen your team, Andy. We'll bring it up as well. But I might mention some changes to the team potentially. But anyways, a bit. The rest of the team looks good. I think potentially maybe Reinders, Dogu, and Petrovic have a case to start over Solanke, Pedro Porro, and Pickford as well. Dogu and Petrovic for sure, but last spot is between Porro, Solanke, and Reinders. Okay. Porro, Solanke, and Reinders. I would probably lean towards Reinders at the moment because one of the reasons I think is I don't think Solanke is going to start again. I see no reason for Richarlison to get dropped. And because of that, I don't think Solanke is going to start. That's why I'm thinking Reinders. Porro, I expect City to score and Spurs to lose the clean sheet. That's my reasoning behind the moves. Alright. Now, we'll move to the next team that was sent to me. So I had Reinders games, I had MFZ, I had Aditya. I think MFZ was first, Aditya. Sorry, Hillbilly was second with Reinders, Aditya. Then we had Bendilac Beckham, Amara. We had Rohan. I had it. Oh, 83. Oh, with the one. Roku. Roku asked first, right? So I think Roku was first. Roku, we've got you. Was Ovamara? I need to have a look at who was the order. So we had Roku. I'm just going to make sure that I didn't lose anyone's teams. So Roku was first. Roku, your team is up here. We had a look at Rohan's teams already. We have Hillbilly. which is 10th in the league. Hillbilly, did I load your team? Oh yeah, Hillbilly. I was supposed to. Oh no, yours was Rinder's Games, wasn't it? So where is Rinder's Games? That's second. Then after after Hillbilly, we had Oamara, which is here with third. Then we had MFZ. And then after MFZ, we had Becky. Where is Becky's team? 113. I didn't load Becky's. Becky. I saw Becky's team somewhere here. Oh, man, I lost it again. Aha, Becky. So Becky was after MFZ, I think. Yes. And then we had Aditya. Yes. And then we've got Tiger, and we also have Andy's teams. Did I miss anyone else's teams? I think I have loaded everyone who's... Oh, Maki. Sent it on X. Maki, I didn't get your team. Did you put it on X? This is what X does. Oh, I found your team. Maki. Sometimes X doesn't notify me. I don't know why X doesn't notify me. Alright, this is Maki's team. Then we got Tiger, and then we got Andy's. Now, I think I have loaded everyone's teams that have told me. So, let's start with Roku. Alright, Roku. I think I've got the order correct. This is Roku's team. 83 points with the bench boost. Sells Vanderven, De Kruijper, Wan-Bissaka, Pape Madasa, Saka, Palmer, Reinders, Hugo Ekitike, Haaland, Watkins, Dubravka, Tosin, Konsa with the red, unfortunately, and Anderson on the bench as well. So 6, 9, 10, 11. Honestly, 11 points. Not too bad, I would say. Unlucky with Tosin. You were actually pretty close to having an insane bench boost on the game week 1, to be honest. If Tosin was fit, you would have been looking pretty solid. But still, I would take 11 points. It's not too bad. It's definitely more than the appearance points. So that's still pretty good. Johnny, welcome. I have Dog in FPL draft mode and agreed a swap deal with a United fan for Munoz. Budget is not a thing in draft mode. But do I do the deal now and get Munoz? Or wait till after Burnley? I would say wait till after Burnley, Johnny. I would say wait till after Burnley. But then, that fan might not give you Munoz after Burnley because Palace's fixtures improve after game week 4 onwards. Crystal Palace's fixtures improve. So I don't know if they'll be willing to give you Munoz then. So you'll have to make that decision. Do me last to send my team for points before wildcard. Okay, I'll have a look. Long story short, who scores more, Dogu or Munoz over just the next two? Over the next two, I would say Dogu. Crystal Palace have Forest and Aston Villa. Yeah, I would say Dogu. My team is 113 in your league. Yeah, I've got your team up over Mara. Don't worry. Would I captain this game? Haaland or Salah? Huh? Wait. Roku, this is not your team. Is this your team, Roku? Or have I got the wrong team, Roku? Oh, wait. Roku was ranked 3. Oh, I got the wrong team. No, I didn't. I got the right team. Roku, this is your team, isn't it? Okay. Who do I captain this game week? Haaland or Salah? Where did you get Salah? Wait, are you on a free hit? Oh, Roku, for this week. Can someone accept my request to super player? No one has 2 in draft. Ooh, okay. Andy, I'll have a look at your request and I'll see what exactly you've done. Should I bring in Richarlison? Oh, no. I would not recommend at the moment. Just because of the fact that Solanke is still there. It's not like Solanke is going to be sitting on the bench forever, right? I don't know. I probably wouldn't bring in Richarlison. Kudus, yes. Richarlison, probably not. Obi-Wan is me. Yes, okay. Sam, welcome. When do we get Haaland? I'm thinking Game Week 6. Yeah, I think Game Week 6 is when a lot of us will move for Haaland. Oh, I mean Haaland and Saka. Okay, that I was like wondering where is Salah. Between Haaland and Saka, I would still probably lean towards Haaland personally. We've also got news that now Saka has lost pens as well potentially. So Saka is probably no longer the penalty taker. Gyökeres is apparently the penalty taker. So I probably lean towards Haaland at the moment, even though Haaland has the slightly harder fixture than Saka. That's kind of where I'm at. I think Leeds might be slightly tricky. Also got 0.5 million in the bank. I don't think you need to make any changes to this team. I would roll the transfer. If anything, you can probably start Tosin this week over Wan-Bissaka if Tosin actually starts for Chelsea. So you could potentially start Tosin over Wan-Bissaka if you wanted to. You could also start Anderson over Papemata Sarr this week as well. That's another possibility that you could try. Was thinking Wan-Bissaka out for either Aina or Williams. Bench Spurs players. Oh. Yeah, you could do that as well. Or you could even go Wan-Bissaka to Patrick Dogu ahead of United's Game Week 3 fixture against Burnley. That's another potential move. You could also just start. Yeah, actually, if Tosin doesn't start, then Wan-Bissaka comes off the bench for you. Yeah, I don't mind getting a Forest defender if you wanted Williams or Aina. I don't mind. Williams, I'll still probably lean towards Williams, but yeah. Rice is the Ghana's best attacker, nailed and good price point. Yeah, in terms of minutes, yeah, probably. A bench one out of Dogu, Anderson, and Poro. Anderson, as in this is the Fulham Anderson, Nisha? This is the Fulham Anderson? If it's the Fulham Anderson, then Anderson. Could you look at mine? It's Frank's Army. I think I'm rolling. Sam, can you let me know where in the mini league? What number? And then I'll bring it up. But you'll have to wait a bit because there's a bit of a queue. Alright, from Roku, if there's anything else, you can let me know. And I haven't closed the team yet, but I'll go to the next one just to kind of speed this up. Van der Ven, Sarr, and Konsa bench. Can't decide which goalkeeper to bench. Van der Ven, Sarr, Van der Ven, Konsa, and Sarr bench. In terms of goalkeepers, if you don't end up getting a Forest defender, right? If you don't go and do the Forest defender move, and if you decide to just roll the transfer or something, then I would start Cells. If you end up getting the Forest defender as well, then if you really wanted to spread the risk, basically, if you wanted to spread the risk, then you could probably bench Cells and start Dubravka. But if you're not getting the Forest defender, then you can just probably start Cells. But if you are okay to accept the risk and play double Forest defense, I don't mind that as well. I probably think it might even be like a clean sheet, to be honest. Like, I won't be surprised by a 0-0. Should I start Doku or Enzo? I'll probably start Enzo. Where to share my team? You can send it on X. You can join the mini league. Actually, I would recommend joining the mini league. If you haven't, I can bring your team up from the mini league. So I would recommend joining the mini league. Game Week 3 plan is Saka out for Bruno. And Game Week 4 wildcard to get Salah for Burnley. Okay, fair points. No trades for me. Hopefully till Game Week 4. Could make an argument to play bench any of my defenders. What do you reckon? Alright, let's have a look. Reinders games. Hillbilly. Sanchez, Porro, Nuri, Williams, Palmer, Wirtz, Salah. Sorry, Bruno, Rodgers, Reinders, Haaland, Joe Pedro. No trades. Hopefully till Game Week 4. Could make an argument to play bench any of my defenders. Could probably start. Ooh. Yeah, actually. You could even start between Reinildo and Steve. I'd probably start Steve because it's the home game for Burnley. Maybe Steve or over Porro. Steve over Porro? But I don't know why I keep telling you guys to bench Spurs when Spurs are basically the boogeyman when it comes to playing against City. City's boogeyman is basically Spurs. If anyone has watched, what is this? What's the movie? Yes. If anyone has watched John Wick, Spurs are basically the Baba Yaga for Manchester City. That is basically what Spurs are. It's like Keanu Reeves but dressed in a Spurs shirt. Maybe not as good looking. Guys, hit the like for him. Yes, indeed. Please do hit that like. 65th. Alright, I'll load your team up as well. Alright. Next. From Sam is here. Sam, I'm gonna have to put yours at the end of the queue for the moment. Alright. Honestly, Hillbilly, I think it's probably Steve over Porro. That's the only thing that I can think of at the moment. Everything else I think is fine. I think you play the rest of the team as it is. No, I'm a Spurs fan and we're going to lose this week after the week we've had. Fair enough. Thinking benching Porro caused double City attack plus. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the only thing I can think. So probably benching Porro. That's the only... Everyone else, I think you probably start. Might be soon. Though Tiger... Yeah, I think... Wait, because like... It's not confirmed by Arsenal, right? Arsenal haven't confirmed the transfer. Until Arsenal have confirmed the transfer, it's not going to change. So you'd have to wait till Arsenal confirm the transfer. Alright. Moving on from Hillbilly to the next one. Oamara. Oamara, are you here? Webergan, Diouf, Van der Ven, Williams, Endai, Salah, Palmer, Drewsbury, Hall, double Everton. Oof. Bruno Fernandes, you still scored higher than me, so well done. Theo, Haaland, Rodon, is Sports Steve, Q, and Dubravka. Have you looked at mine? I was at the store. No, not yet, Maki. Don't worry. I have your team up. I haven't looked at it yet. Owamara, what is the plan, my friend? I know Owamara's in the chat. I just don't know what his plan is. I thought about rolling my free transfer for Game Week 3 or so. Rolling the free transfer. I'm not against that. The only thing I think is you could probably start Steve and bench Diouf. That's the only thing that I'm thinking. Everything else I think probably remains the same. Yeah, everything else probably remains the same. Or when does Arsenal confirm the transfer? Don't know. Actually, no idea. They could wait till tomorrow. They could even do it on the weekend. No clue. Still don't understand DEFCON. Basically, just treat it as defenders need to get 10 defensive contributions. Midfielders and forwards need to have 12 defensive contributions. And defensive contributions are like tackles, interceptions, blocks, clearances. And for midfielders, it's all of that plus recoveries. Reinildo, Esports team. Sunderland looked the better team last week. They did, but they were at home as well at the same time. This is Burnley at home, and in the Championship, Burnley were the better team, right? The only thing is Burnley have lost Trafford, and Sunderland have made some significant improvements in their team in terms of transfer signings, but probably should back the home team a bit in this case. Johnny, sorry that my stream lagged out. Life on the line. Who do you think scores more next to? I told you Dogu, Johnny. Patrick Dogu. Dogu was the one that I suggested. Yeah, budget. It's because it's the FPL draft, right? FPL draft doesn't have budget. So it's Patrick Dogu. Tomorrow is the medical. He's playing tonight in Conference League. There you go. So then you're probably not going to have Eze. I would not get Eze for Game Week 2. Eze is not going to play for Arsenal in Game Week 2. If anything, he's probably playing Game Week 3. Sunderland look okay, better all rounds than Burnley. 2-1 Sunderland, I think. Yeah, potentially. It's the more of like who do you think is more likely to get Defensive contributions. Probably slightly lean towards Steve for defensive contributions over Reinildo. I am not expecting a clean sheet from Burnley. I'll tell you that now itself. I'm hoping that Steve comes away with at least 3 or 4 points. That's kind of where I'm at. So 2 points for Defcon. Now Ovamar is not here, so we'll have to skip to the next team. MFZ, 47 cells, Poro, Munoz, Murillo, Arias, Salah, Bruno, Gakpo, Rogers, Sesko, and Watkins. MFZ, I told you about Sesko, not going to start, but he might actually start in Game Week 2, so you can still keep Sesko. In terms of the rest of the team, what are you planning on doing, MFZ? Sunderland, Homa, legit starters with mid teams like Newcastle's. Same entry. Yep, I have to play Burnley goalkeeper and don't want to, says Andy. We'll have a look when we get to your team. Eze is an avoid now at Arsenal. He's going to be rotated so much. That is kind of my issue with Eze going to Arsenal over Spurs. Minutes are going to be a bit of a problem for Eze. But it is what it is. We can't do much about it now. Sandri, welcome. How are you doing? Alright, MFZ, are you here? Where are you? Is MFZ in the chat? I don't know if MFZ is still in the chat. He comes and goes. Alright, so while we wait, the next team, Becky, Colin Becky. This is not a bad team for MFZ. The only thing is I think Sesko will play this week. I'm just wondering whether he's going to roll a transfer or not, or make a move. I think maybe roll a transfer and hope that because Wolves fixtures improve, you're going to have to hope that Aston Villa, when they're playing against Brentford, will do way better than what they did against Newcastle. The thing is Pedro Porro, but hope for Defcon. He threw away his place at the World Cup to play for his boyhood club. Who is he? You never know. He could still get into the World Cup squad. I wouldn't put it past it, right? Like, we never know what happens to like injuries and everything. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, it just becomes a bit more harder now, I would say. But they will start him over Martinelli. He'll be first choice over Martinelli for sure. Alright, Becky. Is Becky here? Webbergen, Munoz, Williams, Diouf, Wirtz, KDH, Reinders, Salah, Watkins, Haaland, Solanke. Ooh, what are you doing with Solanke, Becky? And Esports Steve. Tuchel won't do it. Yeah, fair enough. So, what is Becky going to do with Solanke? That's the only thing that I'm wondering. Everything else looks fine for one more week. To wait for a bit more. I think. 1 second, guys. Hold on a second. Alright, Becky's back. Have a look at my teammate and mini league. Absent superior. Let me know where it's in the mini league. You need to tell me the rank number and I'll bring it up. Alright, Becky is here. Becky, what are you planning on doing with Solanke? What do you plan on doing with Solanke? Are you live streaming on Friday night? No, which is why we're doing it today. I am not available on Friday. Although, for those of you who are in the Discord, there is a possibility I could do a quick Q&A on the Discord for those in the Discord. And if you guys want to join the Discord, you have now it's locked behind YouTube memberships. But for those of you already in there, could do a small Q&A on there. Either give him another chance or start him with King. As in start Josh King instead of Solanke. Yeah, I could probably start Josh King instead of Solanke. Or you could even... Yeah. I don't mind starting Josh King instead of Solanke if you wanted to. Your other option is to make a transfer. To who exactly is the... You could probably do Strand Larsen. Or you can wait and just have a look and see which other options kind of step up. I don't mind starting Josh King again if you wanted to. Not the worst player to start. And he was very close to DEFCON as well, right? At one point, he was like 7 DEFCON at halftime. So against United, he probably should have a bit more defending and all to do. So I don't mind starting Josh King as well instead. Sandy says 38. All right, I'll load your team up, Sandy, but it's going to take some time to actually get to it. Can you please have a look at the Mrs. team 113 in the mini league? Yes, I will bring that up as well. Where is it? I think I saw her team somewhere. Here it is. Alright. Apart from that, are you benching Diouf, Becky? That's the other question. Are you benching Diouf as well? That's another question. The next team was Aditya. Aditya, are you here? Aditya and Maki. Maki, are you still here as well? I think your team is also there. So Aditya and Maki are next. So Aditya, Maki, and Tiger. So first up, Aditya. 41 cells, Williams, Diouf, Nuri, Salah, Palmer, Marmoush, Shrewsbury Hall, Fernandez, Fulkrug, Watkins, Dogu, Q, Hartman, and Dubravka. Ooh, you've got Marmoush as well. That's a bit of an issue. So, where is Aditya? Nishal says, yes, the Fulham one. Where to share my team? Oh, Nishal, are you still here, Nishal? If you join the mini league, you can tell me if you join the mini league, and I can bring your team up from the mini league, Nishal. Sorry, I missed your reply. Pension him for Steve. Alright, fair enough. Alright, Becky's done as well. Alright, Maki is here. Aditya, I don't know if Aditya is here. Aditya, I need to know who is what's happening with Marmoush. I probably might sell Marmoush potentially, to be honest. Even if it's for Reinders, I might sell Marmoush to Reinders. That's kind of where I'm at. The rest, I think, can wait for one more week. Maybe start Dogu over Diouf as well. Is probably what I would do. But I probably sell Marmoush for Reinders even. Alright, let's get into Maki. And if Aditya gets up, we'll have a look again. Alright, Becky, I'm going to close your team. I'm just going to close some of the teams that I kind of definitely did. So we'll start Roku, Hillbilly, Wamara I have to keep because he wasn't there. MSZ will keep. Aditya will keep as well. Alright, Maki's team. Rhea, Trafford, Dogu, Kukurea, Palmer, Saka, Adingra, Semenyo, Rogers, Gyökeres, and Haaland. Ooh, Saka captain. Yep. Reinildo on the bench, Esports Steve, and Q and Dubravka. Oh, this is the free hit draft, Maki. Free hit draft. Ooh. Yeah, honestly, I don't mind it. Adingra is a very nice differential. Would there be anyone else I would like to get? Yeah, I actually don't mind this team. Very nice and differential. Trafford, yeah. You got Rhea already. That's also fine. Dogu, yeah. Kukurea, yeah. Yeah. I don't actually mind this team. It looks pretty good. I like it. Yeah, I'm going for the free hit. Yeah. Looks very nice differential. The only ones I would have, like, I guess some other play options obviously. So Reinders is one option, but you've gone for Rogers instead, so that's completely fine as well. You could have gone Saliba or Gabriel instead of Rhea, but then you would have to like not have like a Trafford instead. Or you could have even kept Rhea, maybe Trafford or Senesi, but Trafford is the more attacking fullback, right? So you can punt on Trafford. I don't mind punting on Trafford, especially from an attacking perspective. Kukurea, Dogo, yeah. Honestly, this looks pretty solid. I like it. I would have liked Watkins. Yeah, that's right. So the free hit video I did had Watkins, but it had a midfield 4. But it had Palmer. I think it had Palmer, Saka, Gakpo, and I had someone else. I don't remember. I think it was an 8 million midfielder I had added. I don't know. Oh no, I had Semenyo. Gakpo, Saka, and Palmer because I had Watkins up front. But that had a very heavy defense. So I don't mind this as well. I would have liked to have Watkins as well, but if you want to have Rogers, yeah, that's fine as well. I don't mind it. This is also pretty good. I like it. Alright. Not too bad, Maki. Not too bad. I like it. Best of luck. Saka differential captain, which is not too bad as well. Since you already have Haaland in here as well. Adingra is the extremely differential pick in this. That is going to be the most interesting one, Adingra. If that goes big, you'll do really well. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll move from Maki. Thank you, mate. No worries. To Tiger. Petrovic, Milenkovic, Steve, Van der Ven, Palmer, Saka, Reinders, Bruno, Semenyo, Joe Pedro, Gyökeres, Ekitike on the bench. Ooh. Richards and Diouf. Oh, I don't know. Oh, man. Tough one, this one. So I guess a few things, Tiger. Will you be on a plane? Yes, I will, but it'll have internet. So which is why on the Discord I'll be able to reply to it'll have, I think it should have enough internet for me to at least chat on message. I just won't be able to do any videos or anything. With this one, Tiger, I'm just wondering if you should start, I don't know, maybe Richards over Van der Ven. That's the only thing I can think of. In terms of a defensive, but you've already got Milenkovic as well. No, you can keep it as it is. Because Van der Ven will get Defcon. He'll have to do a lot of defending, so he'll definitely get Defcon. Ekitike, Hugo Ekitike. Probably there was a way I could suggest for you to start Hugo Ekitike. Probably over Joe Pedro, personally. But Joe Pedro is playing West Ham. So you definitely want to start Joe Pedro for one more game. If he doesn't score against West Ham, then it is what it is. I've swapped Richards or Van der Ven. Okay, fair enough. That's the only thing I think enough. Between Joe Pedro and Ekitike, Joe Pedro has the better fixture. Ekitike is just a better player in terms of a points potential, but I think you have to give Joe Pedro West Ham. And if he doesn't do it, then you probably sell after that. Maybe I go Haaland captain, says Maki. Yeah, I don't mind that as well. Haaland captaincy as well, I don't mind. I think I would slightly prefer that over the Saka one. Forwards the odd time, hit the ground running. Remember the last gun before Liverpool won the drive in German that won hearts of every British man for his celebration. Alright. Not a bad team, Tiger. Not a bad team. This is from Andy. But before Andy, this is Andy's wildcard, by the way. Andy, how did you end up wildcard in this? This was Andy's team. Why did you? What made you wildcard? Dubravka, Reinildo, Goodmanson, Roden, Williams, Salah, Saka, Palmer, Wirtz, Bruno, Watkins. You wildcarded to basically get in Haaland. Fair enough. Shall I swap Ekitike? 50-50 on that, Tiger. I don't mind starting Joe Pedro as well, to be honest. You can start Joe Pedro and see. You wildcarded to get Haaland in. Fair enough. I would have still waited, but I don't mind it. Now, the team has definitely looks more... Okay, wait. The team still has a few issues. First of all, between Tosin and Achampong, I probably wouldn't get both. I think you're booking in a transfer with that. Even though if one doesn't start, you're expecting the other to start. I think it's booking in a transfer. Add to that, I do not want to have triple Chelsea defense. So I'd probably make a change in that. That is one change I would do. The other thing that I think you need to change is the two 4.0 goalkeepers. Definitely not optimal at all. So I would downgrade Calafiori because I don't think Calafiori's minutes are also guaranteed. Even though he scored the goal, his minutes are not guaranteed, to be honest. Because there is Timber who can play. There is Miles Lewis Kelly as well who can play. So I wouldn't guarantee Calafiori's minutes. So if anything, I would probably downgrade Calafiori, upgrade Valdemarson to a 4.5 goalkeeper, and get rid of triple Chelsea defense. I think one Chelsea defender is fine. Ian, welcome. How are you doing? What is a decent rank this year? Top 50k? My initial goal would be to start with top 100k. I think top 100k alone is a really good rank. If you can get into top 100k, deserve is amazing. Top 50k is even more amazing, yes. But top 100k is a really good finish. The team is worth 100.5 tomorrow. I would not afford it if I moved fast. Fair enough. But I think you're asking for trouble with Calafiori and Tosin and Calafiori, Tosin, Achampong, and Valdemarson. I think you can improve in those 4 spots. Reinildo, yes. You could also have a look at Leeds defender Goodmanson. Andy, I think Goodmanson is still 4.0, if I'm not mistaken. If he's gone up, then it's a problem. But I think he's still 4.0. Yeah, Goodmanson is also not too bad. At home, Leeds, I think, will be pretty decent as well. These Hammers players are like plague now. I'm infected. Tell me about it, Ian. The Gunners defender? No, I'm worried about him, the Gunners defender. You're not worried, or you're worried with the Gunners defender? I'm kind of worried. I think he's got rotation options, which Chelsea 2 out of the 3 will often play. That is true. I would agree to that. But if you ever want a third Chelsea player, and especially if you want to get an attacker, then you have to get rid of one of the defenders, right? It's just booking in a transfer. It's kind of what I'm thinking. But it's your call on that one. That is your call. Because if Achapang doesn't play, his price will fall down. Because there'll be a lot of people who would have bought him, and then if he doesn't start, people will look at potentially selling. Because there are 4 million options as well. And what is who will I get for Gunners, man? I would probably go... Is Calafiori 6 million? If Calafiori is 6 million, I'll just go Gabriel or Saliba. I think Saliba had higher... Calafiori is 5.5. Okay, I take it back. I think Forest defense, 5 million Forest defenders. Olaena or Nico Williams. Those are the 2 options. Olaena or Nico Williams from Forest. Because Arsenal's fixtures after Leeds are not easy as well, I would say. Until like game week 5 or game week 6, their fixtures are quite hard. Until game week 6 is, I think, when it improves. So you can go for a Forest defender. That's not too bad as well. Calafiori is in the running unless he's injured. Even over Miles Lewis Kelly. That's the only thing. I'm holding out to move about. Fair enough. Alright. Okay, so just probably have a look at the Arsenal lad. But you can start him. You can actually play the Arsenal lad now and then have a look at moving later. 513, welcome. Ranked 143 in the league. All right, I'll load yours. Feel like 56 bench boost is super underwhelming. Oh, you got 56 with a bench boost. Yeah, that might be a bit lower. That might have been a bit low. Johnny says, just post my draft mode team into your recent tweet. Let me know what you think. I say probably will not play, so Dogu will instead. Just don't love it, to be honest, for this week. I'll probably play Dogu. I don't think Eze will play Johnny. But there's no harm in starting Dogu. I mean, starting Eze, because substitute will come on, right? What was I looking for? I was looking for 513. 513. I think this is 513's one. Leo. I'll have to put it at the end. 513. Alright, next team. We have Sam. Sammy, are you Sam's? I think Sam was here. Yes, Sam was here. Alright, Sam. 60 points. Sells, Poro, Kukurea, Murillo, Van der Ven. Double Spurs defense. Kudus, Palmer, Salah, Bruno, Rogers, Watkins. Now, Sam, you are in a very, very interesting position. Turpentine says, I bought in Ballard. As in, you bought him in just now. Oh, interesting. But why? Fair enough. I guess set piece threat. Ian is here. Ian, I'm gonna have to put your team at the end, but I'll get to it soon. Alright. Sam's team. Send the team on Twitter. Yes, I need to load up. Yes, I've got your draft team. I'll put yours ahead of 513 and Ian's one. Alright, so we got Sam. Sam, what's the plan? You have double Spurs defense. Which one are you benching for? Are you making a transfer as well? Here's the other question. Are you rolling a transfer or are you making a move? And while we wait for Sam, the next couple ones, Sandry and Tigers misses. And then we have Johnny's. So those are the next couple ones. So we're getting there soon. Let's just wait for. Let me first finish Sam's, and then next one is Sandry's. Play Steve this week for Van der Ven and Rolling this week. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, who are you captaining? Salah? Sam? Is Salah the captain or? Haaland or Palmer for captaincy? I would probably go Haaland. If you had Haaland, I would probably captain Haaland. Ballard topped the chart and he saves me 0.5 million. Yes, he did top the chart. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, not too bad, Sam. I think those moves are solid. We'll see what you do next week then. Hopefully, you get some defensive contributions from Poro as well. Not too bad. And for both of us, I hope that Forrest keep a clean sheet, so both of us can get the double clean sheet points. Moving to Sandry. 65 points. Sanchez, Poro, Van Dijk, Olaena, Salah, Palmer, Reinders, Kudus, Fulkrug, Watkins, and Gyökeres. Any plans for how to roll out the transfers, says Suman. Which transfers, Suman? Depends on what your team is looking like. But future, I'm thinking of rolling a lot of getting Haaland and Arsenal players in when fixture becomes good at week 6. Yeah, fair enough. I'm also thinking of something like that. It just depends on like how the team performs. Also depends on like the likes of Haaland and not Haaland, the likes of Palmer and Watkins, because they are kind of the makeways, right, for those moves. So we'll see how they do. I think Palmer captain is a great shout. West Ham looked abysmal. Yes, they did. But so Palmer was also MIA. As bad as West Ham looked, Palmer was also missing in action for the entire Palace game. Rolling the transfer, Captain Salah playing Dubravka and Fulkrug. Playing Dubravka over Sanchez. And still playing Fulkrug. Yes, that's fine as well. Rolling the transfer, Salah captain. Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Bench Sanchez and Xhaka, thoughts? Yeah, I don't mind benching Sanchez if you wanted to. Benching Xhaka, I mean, if you're starting Dubravka, you're going to have to hope that Xhaka doesn't get anything, right? You're hoping that Sunderland don't score if you're going to start Dubravka. I don't mind that. I have joined the league. Rishan, the leader. Could you take a look? Did you just join the league or? Aha, here we go. I'll load your team up at the end side. Have a look on mini league. Oh, you're third. 78 and 74 and 68. Oh, not too bad. It's not too far. It's not too far. You'll be fine. Alright, moving on. Tigers misses. Webbergen, Vandeven, Frimpong, Entnuri, Wan-Bissaka, Saka, Kudus, Palmer, Joe Pedro, Chris Wood, Bowen, Dubravka, Rogers, Murillo, and Eze. I might probably start Rogers for Wan-Bissaka. And I potentially will start Murillo for Vandeven. Tiger, this is for your missus. Could you let her know? Probably Rogers for Wan-Bissaka and Murillo for Vandeven. Those might be the moves. I don't think Eze will play. So maybe have Eze first sub. Is probably what I would do. Timothy is the name of my team. Rank 72 in your league. Okay, let's load yours as well. I think we will stop with Turpentine's team after Turpentine's team. Timothy. Here we go. Trouncing waiting to happen. That is true. That is true. Let's hope it's not as bad though. So yeah, Tiger. How long am I away? I'm away for basically 2 weeks. I will be back before game week 4 starts, but we will do some content while I'm while I'm traveling. We'll do a few videos, not too many, but we will do a few videos. Only Arsenal FC is a good player. The others are rookie first time. Fair enough. All right. Next team is from Johnny. Johnny this is his draft team. So Johnny has Eze, who most likely might not play, but if he doesn't, I don't mind Patrick Dogu coming on for him. I also don't mind Kudus potentially coming on for Eze as well, to be honest. This is actually a very strong draft team. How did we end up with this? Johnny, even my draft team doesn't look that good. Having said that, I need to look at my draft team. But I don't mind the way you started the draft team. I think it looks pretty decent. Keep it as it is. If Eze doesn't play, then Patrick Dogu just comes on. Or you can even start Kudus over Eze if you wanted to. Palmer was terrible on the weekend. Yes, he was. All right, 513. Are you here? So we have 513 and Ian. Ian, I know is definitely here. 513. Sanchez, Porro, Anderson, 54. Williams, Reinders, Wirtz, Palmer, Salah, Bruno, Watkins, Strand, Larson. So 513. What's the plan? Leo. What is the plan on your team? And Ian as well. 56 points with the bench boost. Ooh. Wirtz, Bowen, James, Dubravka, Vandeven, Diouf, Frimpong, Williams, Salah, Reinders, Palmer, Drewsbury, Holtman, Titan, Strand, Larson. A bit unlucky though. You were kind of unlucky, Ian, with your bench boost. I don't think it's... Yeah, I think you kind of ran unlucky. That's the only thing. The team was good. It's not that the team was bad. 5-3. What is the plan? Are you rolling a transfer? Did I miss anyone else? No, don't think I did. Bench Anderson for Steve. I prefer Sunderland more, but Masuke ended up not in the coach's first choice. Fair enough. Yeah, he didn't, right? It's Reinildo who was the one, right? That you should have probably gone for Reinildo, but it is what it is. Probably start Steve. Yeah. Rishan the leader, yes. I think your team is also there. Yours is after Ian's team. Suman. Not bad. 5-3. Not sure if I should move Masuke out for their new centre back or Reinildo. Probably doesn't have to be this week. I think you maybe roll the transfer. I think you might find that you might want to do other moves instead. And then that will give you a bit more funds, even if you wanted to potentially upgrade that to a 4.5 defender. Or even if you wanted to go for a Leeds defender or something, like in Gameweek 4. So wait and see. Because I think more options will present after Gameweek 2. It's not a absolutely necessary move. So treat it like this, right? Like if you think Steve is going to get DEFCON in this game, that's at least, let's say, 3 points. Treat the transfer as a 4-point cost. So if your transfer is going to cost you 4 points and Steve's going to get you maybe at least minimum 3 points, then it's kind of not really worth getting in a Sunderland player. Maybe downgrade Bruno to Cunha. Ooh. Maybe wait before doing that before Burnley. Because if Bruno Fernandes returns and then you want him for Burnley, because Bruno Fernandes is going to be the best at the moment. Bruno Fernandes is the best captaincy option for Game Week 3. So before you do it, maybe wait a bit. He's playing so far back, he was 1 point away from DEFCON as well, to be honest. Plus, he created 5 chances. I think he'll be okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about his positioning too much. Wait and see. Let's see how he does against Fulham. But he's going to be the best captaincy option for Game Week 3. I'll tell you now itself. And he was also, he was 1 point away from DEFCON, and he was almost a penalty away from getting another 5 points. And at that point, he would have had 10 points. Small changes, and you're looking at a double-digit haul from Bruno Fernandes in Game Week 1. So small margins. Don't worry about it. All right. Ian. Honestly, Ian, I think this team is pretty good. I think you just got unlucky. What are you going to play? The biggest question I have for you is, who are you starting this week? Because you've got a lot of value in different players. So I kind of want to know who you're starting. Okay, thanks, Ryan. No worries. You're welcome. I'm heading to the Ronaldo game this weekend in Hong Kong. Ooh, best of luck. I haven't seen Ronaldo play live at all. So best of luck. I have seen Messi play live, and I saw Messi play for Barcelona. That's the only thing I've seen. In terms of live games, that was the ones that I've seen. Johnny says, did you review my tweet? Yes, I did, Johnny. I had a look at your tweet. I basically said that you can start Eze and keep, because if he doesn't play, Dogo comes off the bench. I don't mind it. But I also said that I don't mind if you wanted to start Kudus instead, to be honest. Between Kudus and Dogo, I think they're very close calls. I don't mind starting either one of them, to be honest. Over Eze if you wanted to, or like just start Eze and have one of them as the first sub instead. Also, this is a pretty strong draft. I never got as close to a strong draft as this. It depends on how many people you had in draft, though. That's the other thing. But pretty good team. Not too bad. Thinking of maybe Diouf ahead of Frimpong. So you play Williams, Van der Ven, Diouf. You play a midfield 5? No, you have James, Williams, Diouf, 3-5-2, 3. Oh. Are you doing a 3-5-2 formation or 3-4-3 formation? Because you probably want to start Bowen, right? So you start Bowen, you start Reece James, and you start Fiats, right? All three of those players you probably start this week, which means your bench potentially sees Van der Ven, Shrewsbury Hall, maybe, and between Frimpong and Diouf, I probably bench Diouf lightly. Because even though I think both of them are potentially going to lose their clean sheet, Frimpong is just, even though both are incredibly attacking and both are very likely to lose their clean sheet. But Frimpong has a chance if, for example, he might get subbed early. If he gets subbed at like the 60th minute mark while Liverpool are 0-0 or have a lead 1-0, then you're lucky. So you play a bit of luck and start Frimpong, but that's a very close one. Is Bowen going to drop in price? See, Anna, when you asked that, Nick, on the Discord, I was going to try and look, but live FPL wasn't loading for me, so I couldn't have a look back then. Where's price changes? Here we go. We're looking for Bowen. It says tomorrow. Nick, gonna have to have a look at live FPL and see tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, have a look and see, and you'll be able to tell. Any thoughts on the team I've sent on Discord considering the wildcard early? Ooh, when are you planning on wildcarding? I'll have a look. Muhin, welcome. The missus is looking at getting rid of Bowen and she'll have 8.5 to spend. What player to bring in? You're looking at getting rid of Bowen and what player to bring in? Is she okay to delay the transfer a bit, Tiger? Because she could potentially even bring in Haaland if Palmer or Saka don't do too well. She could also potentially look at bringing in Haaland. So maybe ask her if she's okay to delay the transfer a bit more. Alright. Leaning towards Div because my main concern with Frimpong is the injury, so he's out of Div can start me for him. Yeah, leaning towards Frimpong. Okay, fair enough. Muhin, welcome. Alright, let's end the stream quickly. Potentially Gameweek 2 to 4 wildcard in my case. Ooh, okay, I'll have a look. Alright, this is from Suman. Sanchez, Diouf, Williams, Van der Ven, Palmer, Wirtz, Bruno, Skudus, Fulkrug, Haaland, captaincy, Watkins, King, Konsa, Richards, Dubravka. Ooh, unfortunate benching. I am assuming. Oh, actually, I don't know what to assume. Suman, what are you doing in terms of moves here? What are your moves? And this is Turpentine with Sanchez, Gusto, Wan-Bissaka, Saliba, Rogers, Salah, Palmer, Ramsey, Haaland. Ooh. What happened to... It's like Turpentine missed his entire bench. Turpentine, what happened to your bench? Ready, welcome. Not FPL related, but which players has the best prime in Premier League season, Ryan? Best prime in a Premier League season? There are quite a few. But before Haaland, before Rodri, there was only one Ballon d'Or winner, and that was Cristiano Ronaldo. That's all I'll say. She's okay to keep it. Yep, keep for one more. My only plan is to bench Van der Ven and play Richards. Everything else remains the same. Yes, that works. And captaincy is also Haaland as well. Fair enough. Yep, that works. And then Turpentine. Subbing out Ramsey in week 3. My bigger question is, so you're going to keep the rest of the bench? What happened to your bench? How did you end up with this kind of a bench? That's only viable if you make no transfers at all. Do you all think Isak to Liverpool will happen? Game week 4, Liverpool plan is a shout. Ooh. I don't know actually. I honestly at the moment don't know. It's hard to say whether that Isak move will happen or not at the moment. I think I'll wait. 21 in the league, thinking of rolling who to captain this week. Alright, that will be the last team with Muhin's. Muhin and Nick's are the last teams because I need to end the stream soon. Muhin, which one is it? Is it not all competitions, just Premier League? Luis Suarez destroys Ronaldo 2007-8. My guy, only one guy was best player in the world and came away with a Ballon d'Or. Sacrifice the bench for money to buy expensive Haaland. But you should have told me. I would have suggested you which 4 million budget options to get. Fair enough. Transfer out Gusto for Ballard. Ooh, I probably wouldn't have done that. But anyways, I was lucky with toes in injury, says Muhin. Fair enough. Disco Potato. Right. Let's this is Turpentines. So Turpentine is waiting in Game Week 3 for Ramsey. Fair enough. But you transferred a Gusto for Ballard. Yeah, fair enough. You know what? Turpentine. My bench is 4 million bench. Yeah, I would have given you 4 million bench that plays if you had asked me. I've also got 4 million bench, but they're playing. But having said that, I might actually start Aiden Heaven. If anything, he's probably more likely to get you some minutes this week than Ramsey. So I probably might start Aiden Heaven. Yeah, but then we don't know if Isak will even be there. Not if, but round 1 of my friend's draft league, one of my friends bench Ballard lost in a head-to-head. Oh my days. 21 in a league team. I loaded your team. Yep. All right. Next one is we'll finish it off with Muhin and Nick's. So Nick is first. This was Nick's team. And then Muhin's, and then we're done for the day. Sells Dubravka. This is Nick's potential Game Week 2 wildcard. Diouf, Pedro Porro, Williams, Van der Ven, Steve, Salah, Palmer, Rogers, Wirtz, Reinders, Bowen, Watkins, and Krupi Jr. Nick, if you haven't played the wildcard, I probably... Oh, please tell me we haven't disconnected. Are we still there? Guys, are we back? Did I lose you guys? I didn't lose you guys, right? Save me money to get a good bench. Yeah, do you think it'll happen though? Ooh, I don't know actually if it'll happen. That's the problem. This is what I'm wildcarding from. Yeah, still have here. Okay. Oh, this is your team currently. Oh. Who are you worried about price drops? Only Bowen, right? Others, okay, Bowen and Rogers are your price drop problems. I think everyone else is fine for price. They're not going to fall in price. I think Bowen, Rogers, okay, maybe Palmer. Bowen, Rogers, and Palmer are potential price problems. Wirtz as well, maybe, if he doesn't perform. Yeah, Bowen, Wirtz, and Rogers, yeah. And I'd probably add Palmer as well very soon. Fair enough. Wait and see in Game Week 2. But I think wait and see. If you want to monitor price rises, livefpl.net prices. I will add it in the Discord. I reply to your tweet. Because Forrester linked to a right back. Oh, I think Williams will be fine for the moment. Alright, and finally, Disco Potato, will end it with Muhin, is What a team. 69 points. Sells, Goodmanson, Porok, Deep Kuiper, Rutter, Palmer, Wirtz, Reinders, Jokeres, Watkins, Haaland, King, Tosin, Steve, and Dubravka. Muhin, what's the plan? What is the plan, Muhin? Lucky with Tosin injury. Of course, because Goodmanson came off the bench, didn't he? For you. Yes, he did. Goodmanson did come off the bench. Ah, my days. So Rodri is the best defensive midfielder of the Premier League history because he has a Ballon d'Or. Yeah, he's probably one of the best defensive. Yeah. If you can name a better defensive midfielder in Premier League history, yeah, it's probably Rodri. As a CDM, it probably is Rodri. Captain Jokeres? Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Everything else remains the same. Captain Jokeres, that's very interesting. That is very differential. I don't mind keeping it on Haaland, but yeah, I think Jokeres is not too bad as well. Is everything else remaining the same? Or I'm guessing you start Tosin again, right? Because Tosin was pictured in training. So he probably plays, right? Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira. But Roy Keane wasn't a defensive midfielder. Roy Keane was an all-action midfielder. Those are two different. Roy Keane was like a full box-to-box type midfielder. Those are two different player profiles. You were asking for defensive midfielder. Tosin in, Por out. Okay, fair enough. Goodmanson also playing then. Okay, fair points. Oh, you're playing Steve over Goodmanson, right? Luis Suarez 2013-14 destroys Ronaldo 2007-8. I feel like you guys are underestimating how good Ronaldo was. Yes, Luis Suarez was also good. But this is Ronaldo was competing with Messi for best player in the world. There's a difference. Just because Suarez got like even though Suarez got what did he even get more goals? He probably got more goals, right? Yes, speeds was Steve. Yeah, fair enough. They both had the same amount of goals as well. So Ronaldo had the same amount of goals as Luis Suarez. And Ronaldo ended with a Ballon d'Or. I raise my case. Alright, that's it. We'll end it there. Keane, Vieira, Makelele. Makelele is a different story. If you were to ask me Makelele, I would rate Makelele as a higher in terms of Makelele and Rodri. I'll definitely put Makelele up front. That's a completely different story. Essien, Kante, yeah. I don't think it's that straightforward. No, I probably would, yeah. But Keane, I would say, is a more box to box. I think Kante probably. So in the recent Premier League last couple of years, Kante and Rodri have probably been the best, world's best in terms of CDMs. I'd probably Makelele, obviously, then he has like the role named after him, so he's definitely up there. Roy Keane, amazing in terms of like box to box. In terms of all action midfielder, Roy Keane and Scholes, yeah. In terms of what they can all like completely what they can do, yes. Or competition mates, I'm asking you only Premier League. Yes, dude. Ronaldo had the same amount of goals in the Premier League. I'm talking Premier League only. He had the same amount of goals as Suarez did. Henry, Suarez, and Salah. Okay, can we calm down? Salah does not come close to Ronaldo. I think we're taking it a bit too far. Fabinho underrated. Yeah, probably, but he doesn't come close to Kante, right? I feel like you're taking it too far. Salah doesn't come close to. In terms of longevity, yes, but like there are levels to this, guys. All right. I think Sandri, how old were you when you were watching Ronaldo? I feel like I've seen Ronaldo at peak. I've seen peak Ronaldo in the Premier League, just destroying midfielders and destroying defenders. He'll literally destroy defenders. I feel like you haven't. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen Ronaldo. Yeah, 7 is good. Him and Messi, yeah. Premier League legacy is one thing. Impact in the Premier League is another thing. Anyways, different discussion for another day. There's one guy who has more Premier League titles than the other. I rest my case. We will end it there. All right. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Definitely Ronaldo over Suarez. Son did take all the penalties. He could have had more goals than Salah. Yes, 7 literally won the Ballon d'Or in the Prem. Yes, exactly my point, which is what I'm trying to say. But that is exactly what I'm saying. He won the Ballon d'Or when he was in the Prem. It's not like he went to La Liga and he won in La Liga as well, but he won it when he was at at the Premier League. All right. Is the live stream much early today? Yes, Shubharan. I'm about to end it, Shubharan. If you have any questions, do you want to have? Okay, yours is the last question, Shubharan. Any questions? Otherwise, we'll probably be ending it. You'll be streaming tomorrow? No, I won't be streaming tomorrow. I will not be streaming tomorrow. No. I'm just gonna leave this here. You know? I'm just gonna leave this here. Friziel, this isn't American football. Which quarterback are you taking? I don't know which quarterback I'm taking. I don't know which quarterback I can take. I don't know. You'll have to let me know which in the NFL which quarterback to take. All right, we'll end it here. Thank you. Now I just logged in, saw the notifications, panicked the deadline is in. I just woke up. Sorry. All good. All right. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I will see you all. Best of luck for deadline. I'm not there for deadline tomorrow. Although people on the Discord, I potentially might have some minutes to be able to answer a few questions on the Discord for anyone you on the Discord. So anyone who has any questions on the Discord, let me know on the Discord later. But that's it. We will be back. I don't know when we'll be back because I'm traveling. So you guys will have to get ready for a bit more random live streams for next week. Just for next week, right? And then we're on the international break. So international break, no content. I'm telling you guys now itself, no content during international break. Next week, be prepared for some random live streams here and there. All right. Having said that, Ronaldo, Ballon d'Or winner in the Premier League. End of discussion. Absolute goat. Until then, I'll see you all later.